Okay, so welcome to the end. Let's jump into it, man. Um, Straight from the hip. I think that it's hard. It's hard. Cause there's been so much stuff I've been seeing, man. And I know anything I say, this is a lot of people gonna get, innate feelings about it because it's like, yo, you're trying to come. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really an innocent bystander, a third party looking to weigh in. And then what I see is that some things need to be talked about, but you're not gonna like the way I would say it in my normal life. So let's say it this way: um, you need to get on your own. You need to stop waiting on everybody and just do what's necessary. Rip the band-aid off. Videos way back. Rip the band-aid off. You're steady trying to find someone to help you and get you out of a hole that you dug yourself in. You see that how much you want, they continue to procrastinate. So therefore, it's time to really just, hey, I gotta do it for me. Um, I can't be okay with steady being inside of a certain situation because I'm waiting on you. I have to eventually get up and do it for myself. I gotta eventually get up and do what's necessary. I cannot allow you to control things when you're not a resident around me. And I can't hate that I allow you to control things. And then when it's brought to me that you control things, then I want to throw a temper tantrum. It's either you're going to let them control or you're not going to let them control. We are in a state where we're allowing ourselves not to do what's necessary. We want to further ourselves and go further. That means you have to do what's necessary. You have to prepare for things that needs to be prepared for. This world is getting very more so expensive and very more so soft. We have guys, men, boys growing up to be men that are not living to their potential because we have grown into a soft generation. We're allowing a lot of women to do the raising, which we understand. At first, of course, they're gonna blame the man because man was absent or whatever. It's actually now in 220 and 23 that there are more male role models, active fathers. So that stipulation is no longer a thing. So let's just put that to bed real quick. But if we're going to be there, you cannot control both ends of the ball. You're either going to let me or not let me. You cannot control what I do or how I do it. That's the situation. If you want to control what I do or how I do it, then that means you can just do it on your own. That's how most men are coming from it. You're not going to just control everything because I have a child with you. That's just not how that's going. So either you're going to be on the ball or off the ball. But once it comes this way, then you're going to have to let go and let God. As for my other thing that I said is that, hey, I can no longer wait on what you're doing. I have to take advantage of what I have, the time and energy that I have, and do what's necessary. But a lot of us are getting sidetracked because of our vices. Our vices do a lot of harm to us, and we don't really understand. Our habits do a lot of harm to us than we understand. I was just telling the guy today, like, man, I might have to actually stop drinking, bro. Like, it's starting to give me headaches. And that's just my body saying, yeah, we're done with that avenue. When things start taking advantage of your health, then maybe it's time to put that down. Is that moment that you have from whatever your vice is it worth it? I had to ask myself that on the way to work. Like, bro, that headache that you feeling, man, has been lasting for like since you started. Was it worth it? Did you enjoy that headache? You enjoyed your moment, but did you enjoy the headache? No, I didn't. So with that being said, you know what it's time for. My body has told me something. It's up to me to listen. Or I can continue going down that same avenue and realizing that I'm doing myself damage. And before I know it, it could be so much damage that it's not only hurting me, it's hurting my family. Because I might get sick, I might be in a hospital, I might have to actually stop work, I may have to actually go through a whole different life changes. That's gonna affect a lot of different people. How would that affect somebody if like something happened to my head while I have to sit at home? Let's not speak that to existence, but same difference. Something happened to my head, I'm stuck at home and I need a care provider. So that stops everybody around me from doing what they want to do because I continue to be selfish and only think about myself. when I have people that depend on me, that look up to me, that needs me 100% of the time, I have to be 100%. So realizing that means I have to stop and put everything away and put everything down and be in good health. Not only good health, but their advice might be stopping you from moving to your next level, getting to where you need to be because you're spending too much cash outside of pocket. And since you're spending so much cash outside of pocket, then you can't really do what's necessary for your next level because you don't have the, as it said on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, universal lubricant to do so. You're putting yourself behind the ball, and you want to be you want to be in front of the ball at all times. It's the same thing when we have our kids. We want to continue to have them behind the ball. You know what I mean? We want to do for them and we want to care for them, but at the same time, overdoing for them puts them behind the ball. You know, when they get to a certain age, they should be learning to do certain things. So therefore, they'll be on the game or on the ball. But if we continue to just be that parent, we're keeping them behind the ball. I heard a story about the guy in the butterfly, or the kid in the butterfly, where the butterfly was inside the cocoon and it's trying to struggle to get out. And the kid is anxious for it to come out, and it gets so anxious that it decides to cut the cocoon. So when the butterfly actually leaves out the hole that it made for it, it can't fly because the struggle that it needed to get the blood flowing to those wings, it never happened. So now the butterfly pretty much lives a very unfulfilled life because it can't fly like a butterfly is supposed to. It might have the pretty colors, but it still could never go to its full potential because you're stopping the struggle. Welcome to the deep end.